All right. All you have to do is answer 3 questions right. Y'all can play together.
Play together.
I'm not doing the questions.
If he has a question, he can ask it.
What is the distance from the Earth to the Sun in miles?
Right. Yep.
The distance from the Earth to the Sun.
I would say something completely off.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
It would be
Not gonna win. I don't know that one. Next question.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. What is the circumference of the Earth at the equator in miles?
Yeah.
Just basic questions about Earth and the world we live in.
I know it is like I know these. But I'm supposed to know.
We all taught them in school.
We have our own little thing. Still stored.
What? Do you believe the Earth is a globe or do you believe it's flat?
It's all.
I don't know. I feel like it's.
Science party.
I feel like it's flat.
That's what we believe too. So all the stuff they're teaching us in school about the globe model is incorrect. But they tell us these things when we're too young to learn for ourselves.
Prove it.
Prove the Earth's flat? All right. I got videos of it. All right.
Well,
We sent a balloon up to 120,000 feet. I'll pull this off here. All right. And hit play. This is at 120,000 feet. The Earth is flat, and the Sun is close and localized.
You know, I mean, he's been doing it for so long. I mean, I was listening to him. You know, ever
It's
since
not
I got
fake
on
footage like NASA releases.
But I've
So
listened
what
to people
if you log on NASA.gov and you look at their photos and stuff that are on the website?
From 120,000 feet.
Mm-hmm.
and you know, and even Bassano knows a lot. I thought he was kind of.
So those are the videos we get when we send stuff up. These are the videos that they send when they send stuff up.
That
And
Busters first came out.
you
The
can.
technology they have.
It's all it is chroma key and green screen.
Yeah, it's not a big.
Right. So look at this right here. Just look in this area, and you tell me if this is real or fake.
you let them. I guess that's probably why.
You see that? What's that?
Cathexis has that, you know.
So if they're in space and that's a spaceship, what's this walking right there on the spaceship?
A rat or something.
Yeah, so he's in space and he can breathe, and you know the engine's thousands of degrees, and he's just walking on it. So obviously it's not real. It's filmed in a studio somewhere. So these are little things that we can find. And you ever heard that expression? You know, fool me once.
Fool me once, fool me twice. Shame on me.
But how about fool me since 1956? Then now what? You know, there's nothing but lies, and you log on their website and look at under the photos. It says artist rendering. It'll credit the artist that drew it, and people take these as photos, and that's what they teach in school. They show us a globe, but you never pick up the globe and look underneath it. It says not for educational use on the bottom of it, unless they peel the sticker off.
Wow.
Yeah.
I ain't never think about it like that. I'm big on thinking about stuff like that.
Well, here's something to think about then. Let me throw a couple things at you. Let's say you pour water in a cup. The surface of the water is what?
Flat.
All right. What if I put it in a bathtub?
Flat.
How about a pond or a lake?
It's all flat.
Sea. It's called sea level. It's flat. If the Earth is 70% water and the surface is always flat, where's it bending?
It wouldn't.
Exactly. It's flat.
It makes sense.
It all makes sense if you think about
Probably
it.
domed, but it's flat though.
Right. So it's like the second law of thermodynamics. You can't have gas pressure next to a vacuum. So if I poke a hole in the side of a can of Coke, what happens?
Spurt out.
All right. What if I stick it inside of an aerosol can?
Same thing, spurt out.
All right. But the space is a vacuum, and we have gas pressure as the atmosphere.
Oh, we'll be sucked into it.
Right. So there has to be a barrier up there, just like it says in the Bible. The waters of the heavens and the earth were separated by a firmament. That's what's up in the sky.
So that's our dome, the gas.
Yeah. Well, see, a dome would imply there's an end to it, but I think this is part right here is not fact, and I can't prove it. But I think that there's more land beyond Antarctica. See, this is Antarctica here, the ice wall. And there's more land beyond it with more resources and stuff. So that's why they keep us fighting amongst ourselves. They don't tell us about this. Because if there was more land and resources we can go and get, then we wouldn't need to be fighting all these wars.
We wouldn't.
No.
I think it's more of a for in the future type thing because they know that the resources inside of where we're contained in will be gone eventually. So that's going to be the outsource, the plan B.
So how old is the oldest globe?
I don't know. I never investigated.
1492.
1492.
Yeah, it's called the Bernheim Erfidel. What else happened in 1492?
They discovered America or whatever.
Columbus came over, so he looked at that globe and head across the Atlantic.
Yeah, I already know that was
Right, but what's on that globe? Japan, Asia,
Everything
Philippines,
was
Malaysia,
discovered.
Indonesia. Yeah, so when he went across the ocean and he landed in America and he thought he was in India, how could that possibly be?
It's not possible.
Right. What did he think? He went to sleep while they sailed through past Asia, and then he woke up and now they're in India.
But that's
It's obviously a bunch of nonsense.
probably another 2-year, 3-year trip. Fell asleep for 3 years, woke up in America. I mean, he discovered everything in one loop. Interesting.
There's a couple of things to think about. Those are the two main ones, but we have over 200 proofs like that on this website, and we've gone out and done research for ourselves. Like I took down to Lake Marion. You know where that's at?
Yeah, no, near Lexington.
Down the lower part of the state near Santee.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I put a camera 3 feet off the surface of the water. Then 11 miles away, I put a mirror on a post. The mirror was 3 feet off the surface of the water. I went back to the camera, I zoomed in, and I can see the mirror and the entire post. If the Earth curves, how's that possible?
Wow.
You know what the formula for curvature is?
No, it is.
8 inches per mile squared, so that should be hidden by 7 feet of curvature, but it's not.
So you shouldn't be able to see that mirror if that was the case.
Right.
That's crazy.
It's like if I fly from New York to LA and it takes 3.5 hours, and I fly back from LA to New York, it also takes 3.5 hours. I thought the Earth was spinning.
He's in Myrtle Beach?
It's not. That means it'll take
Okay,
6 hours. It'll double.
You'd never catch up with the rotation because if it's spinning it where we're at right now, it's 800 miles an hour.
Mom's address, okay?
It's 1,067 at the equator, and where we're at right now is around 800 miles an hour. So if the plane's only traveling at 500 miles an hour, but the Earth spins below us at 800,
That makes sense.
it doesn't make sense.
The math ain't even right.
He's just, I
Yeah.
need to get him to go.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, right?
So you believe it's a flat circle?
No. It's not a belief. It's a fact. I know it. This is things I can prove. A belief is something that you can't prove.
So you're saying it's a flat?
It's a flat plane that has elevation.
million a day. Can you imagine how much money that?
Right. And these are the photos that NASA releases here. You know, NASA was started by Walt Disney and Nazi scientists. Most people don't know Walt Disney started NASA. And these are the photos they released that are photos. Yet if you look at it, it's just copy pasted. It's the same clouds over and over again. Copy paste all throughout.
That's crazy. I ain't really thought about it.
So we're not here to convince you of anything. We're just going to give you the tools to do the research for yourself. Because if you believe me, you're no better off than when you believe someone that taught you that the Earth was a globe.
That makes sense.
Just want people to open their eyes and look into it for themselves. Learn where you live, because the average person has no idea where they live.
You
It
feel
makes sense though, because I drive trucks and I've been from like coast to coast. Like literally 2 weeks ago, I went from South Carolina to Oregon, and it's just straight. You would think that if the Earth was really a dome, it'll be more like this, but literally it's like the whole way across the country, and that's just in America. So I can't even imagine all the other countries.
right. So I travel to those other countries, and let me show you on this model here where we went. So I left from North America and I went to Asia, to Japan. If we were on a globe, you would fly like this, but we didn't fly like that. We flew in here, came over northern Russia, and flew into Japan. When I went to South Korea, we flew over northern Russia into South Korea. Same thing when I went to China, Philippines, everywhere down there. So it doesn't make any sense. Wouldn't they try to save gas by flying this direction?
Yeah, and another thing I was thinking about, it'll be so much if the Earth was a globe. It'll be so much harder to measure longitude and latitude. It'll be so much harder because you'll be measuring curves, not straight lines.
That's correct. Let me show you something with the sun and the Earth. So this is what we're taught in school, that this rotates once every 24 hours, and then it goes around the sun once every 365 days. We're right there. So let's say this part here is noon, because it's facing the sun. So this side of the Earth would be dark, right? So when you look at the dark side of the Earth, when you look up at night at the constellations, and let's say you see the Big Dipper and you see all these constellations. 180 days later, now the Earth is on this side of the sun, the dark side is over here, facing in the opposite side of the universe, but you can look up and you see the same constellation. Why is
So
that?
that mean they never move.
Right, so we'd have to be flat and stationary in order to see the same thing 365 days a year.
Guess we'll never know until we go up.
Well, I showed you a video of us going up.
Well, I'm talking like till it's revealed that it's like everybody sees from what we see.
So here's another video. This is a short one. It's Venus at nighttime. So you know what's significant about the fact that I can film Venus at night?
What is it?
Let me find my sun again here.
That's Venus.
So if this is the sun and this is the Earth, where's Venus in the solar system that they teach us in school?
Mercury, Earth, Venus. Is it
Mercury, Venus, Earth. So it's between the Earth and the sun.
between Earth. Okay.
So in order for it to be dark, I'm facing over there, but Venus is over here on the other side. So how could you ever possibly see Venus if it's dark?
It's not.
You have to be facing away from the sun. So that tells you right there that it's not true. It's not what they're telling us.
Wow.
That's good.
Thank you. That was good.
Thank
All
you.
right, just look into it. Thank you.